Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5 Minute Figure Reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are continuing to look at the very awesome Lord of the Rings figures from Diamond Select Toys. And I have to say a huge thank you to Diamond Select Toys for sending me over two of these MORIA orcs. Now these are the orcs that, if I remember rightly, took over the Fallen Dwarf Kingdom and kind of became disheveled and stuff over time, and essentially became like goblins. So these are orcs, but they're also known as goblins. Now because of their size, I see them much more as goblins. So they are goblins, let's be honest. Now they do come with one Build-A-Figure part for Sauron. They come with his kind of staff thing. And they come with a bunch of accessories for themselves as well. Now these are essentially an army builder. You could buy a handful of these and build up a nice little collection of goblins. You would of course just end up with a load of these staffs, but they come with two different heads and they come with two different weapons, so that you could get a nice collection of them and have a nice kind of selection of an army, really. Now the detailing on these figures is fantastic. So you get a unmasked head and a masked head, so one wearing like a helmet and one not wearing a helmet. So as I said, you could kind of get, you know, half a dozen of these all helmeted and then one without a helmet as like the general or the leader or something. You get these really cool kind of sword blade things that just look nasty, let's be honest. The sculpting on them are really cool, and I think that the orcs and the goblins is where Diamond Select Toys kind of sculpting details really excel, because they just look perfect. They really do look good. They also come with these really nasty looking spears, and yeah, he just looks cool. Now obviously in Lord of the Rings there are hundreds upon hundreds of the orcs and goblins, so I can't imagine anyone's going to buy hundreds of these, but you could buy a fair few and kind of build up a nice little collection. Now like I said, I've got two. I'm lucky enough to have two, so I'm going to have one with helmet on and one with a helmet off, and just kind of have a couple of goblins in my collection. Or I should say orcs, because it does say orc on the box, but I always saw these more as goblins because they were like dwarf versions of the orcs, so they became goblins. It's a debate. Do you call them goblins or do you call them orcs? I don't know. Either way. But yeah, so essentially an army builder. So buy a couple, buy a few, get a nice little collection. As I said before in all of my videos, Diamond Select Toys don't have the greatest articulation in comparison to other action figures, but the sculpting and the detail and the paintwork is phenomenal in comparison to some of the more articulated figures. So to have a nice kind of setup, to have a nice display of Lord of the Rings modern figures, I'm really pleased that it's Diamond Select that have got the license to do so, because they've given us some really detailed renditions of these characters from the movies. Now I'm not sure if I prefer them with their helmet on or their helmet off, because both look fantastic, and they look like two different characters. They really do. They look like two different characters completely, even though they're essentially the same figure, just with a different head on. So yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up a few more of these and build a bit of a collection of goblins for my display. Now I think personally, because they've got two hands and they've got two weapons, I'm going to utilise that, and I'm going to have all of them holding a spear and all of them holding a sword, just because it looks like they're ready for battle then. It looks like they're mean business, they're ready for battle. But these I think are probably one of my favourites so far out of all of the figures. As you can see there, the head sculpts are just nasty looking, but in a good way. Do check out my channel, because I've taken a look at all of the figures available from Diamond Select Toys in regards to the Lord of the Rings figures, and I've also done a separate video on the Sauron Build-A-Figure and put him together in a separate video on his own. But overall these just look really good, so I will grab a quick video and just show you all of the figures together. Let me just switch over to that now, and here they are. Here's all of the figures that you can get from Diamond Select Toys at the moment. As you can see, these goblins kind of disappear in the background. Gollum stands a little bit higher because he comes with like a rock piece that you can put him up on, but I definitely think that these goblins are some of my favourites. The same as the orcs. I think you can kind of army build those and build up a little bit of a collection, but all in all it's really cool to have a modern display of Lord of the Rings figures. As a fan of the films, as a fan of the franchise, I'm really pleased to be able to add a modern collection of figures to my display. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and all of those things. I'll see you soon.